Hey guys, Jesse here. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I've been busy with life. Anyway, I wanted to discuss some stuff. I actually have been testing watts like insanely, and they've been doing really well. Kind of. Um, I went to a new locals this past weekend, and I took my previous watt deck. I changed a few things about it. I changed some things in the side I thought were necessary, like I put in the two bottomless trap holes, which like super helped me. Um, I put in recycling batteries because sometimes I like the plus one, and I also I like getting my monsters back. Sometimes it's difficult to draw those freaking monsters. So it gives me, it gets more monsters to my hand, and it actually won me a game. Um, there was, I think there was like 16 or 18 players there, and I got top eight. This place was much more competitive than the previous locals I've been to. Everybody had tour guides. Everybody had rabbits. I lost. I lost to one person twice. He was playing tour guide agents, and he just had literally just everything to stop me. Everything. Um, there's nothing I could do. I had back row, and he had the answer to all of it. Even game two, I had all my sides, and he just had the nuts in his hand. He had tour guide. I blew up his stuff. He went cataster. Kept attacking my shenanigans. I finally torrentialed and yada yada, and he called Pariah with Hyperion and popped something, and then dropped Blackluster Soldier on me, and I just couldn't get rid of Blackluster Soldier. Even with Messenger of Peace, he just kept banishing my monsters until I literally had no monsters to attack with anymore. So there was just nothing I could do. But I did win against Junk Doppeldeck, shut him down with Fossil Dyna. Uh, I beat Rabbit, shut him down with Messenger of Peace, and I kept attacking directly with Giraffe and then attacking his face downs with Cobra, so he wouldn't get like Dandelion tokens or uh, Sanguine searches and stuff like that. So that was really, really helpful. Um, so it was a really good day. I got top eight, and I beat Dark Worlds also. Dark World Skill Drain, which was an insane, insane match. It was one of my good friends. I just got luckier than he did, I suppose. It was a ridiculous match. It was like super close every game. Anyway, I changed watts recently to adjust for the new format with Insectors and windups going freaking ape shit everywhere. And you know, it's it's not bad. The watts can actually win against Insectors and windups. Windups are really difficult game one. Game one, they're really difficult unless you have Crow in your hand. Injectors are difficult, period, because the problem is that the lock is really. I have to run hoppers now. You can't run safe zones because injectors will pop it, but I do run the hopper, the little guy. You kind of have to run him against injectors. Like there's really nothing that you can do. You have to run hopper. Um, the problem is that you can't set any protective back row unless it's Fiendish Chain, and even then I wouldn't set Fiendish Chain. The problem is that, so normally the Watluck is good because you can have, you have double hopper and a giraffe, and then you set like Dark Bribe, Starlight Road, Warning, you set back row shenanigans. The problem is that Injectors can just, summon and pop your Starlight Road and pop your Dark Bribe, and then Dark Hole or Torrential or something. So you can't really set any back row because you're just going to give them more advantage. Another problem is Birdman. Basically, because you can't set back row like warnings and stuff, you're going to have to warning the Dragonfly, and then they're probably going to limit reverse, call the Haunted, yada yada yada, and then somehow they're going to bounce for Birdman, which is really easy, and they're going to Trish or Black. They're probably going to Trish you. They're going to Trish the shit out of you. And there's really nothing that you can do about it. It just really sucks. Um, yeah, that's what's really difficult, is you have to basically beat them before they get Trish, or you have to have Valor or Crow in your hand, and if you don't, you're shit out of luck. And unfortunately, the only way to search for them is Sanguine. And setting Sanguine against Inzectors sucks because they'll just pop it and give them more advantage, and not going to give a shit if you could Valor anymore. So it's a really, really difficult matchup. But I have beaten them. I have beaten Inzectors with Watts, but somewhat consistently because I tech, Crows and Valors. The deck's super different from what it was before. Like I said, I have to run the lock. I have to take out cylinders. I left in Messenger of Peace and stuff because if you're not dueling Inzectors, Messenger of Peace still super helps. If you're dueling Inzectors, you just don't play Messenger of Peace. Just don't do that. But I main double Crow and double Valor now, and it seems to be working pretty well. But as I mentioned, it's still a crazy difficult matchup. It sucks. I changed the side deck drastically too. I had to put in 3 Maxis because windups. You need this. First turn windups, you need Valor, Crow, or Maxi in your hand, or they're going to annihilate your hand. I'd play the windup deck on DN like 8 out of 10 times. I will nerf your hand crazy. Because it can do that. Marauding Captain, tour guides, the shark. The shark is stupid nuts. It's really consistent, and that's what it does. So you got to have these Maxis. If you drop Maxi, they have to stop. Otherwise, you're going to get more cards than they take out of your hand. And yeah, you have to have these Maxis. So 3 Maxis for windups. Let's see what else I changed. I went down to 1 D-Fissure because it doesn't do shit against Inzectors. And then I went double Prohibition for Hornets, basically. Prohibition is still a super good card. It's highly underestimated. It's amazing against other matchups. It's a really flexible side card. I'm probably going to go down to 1 D-Fissure and go double Macro because Macro is better against Inzectors. Because it's just cards, not just monsters. Because Macro doesn't do, a D-Fissure doesn't do shit to Inzectors. And I had to side Chain Disappearance. Same reason, you got to get rid of Dragonfly. You Chain Disappearance Dragonfly, you'll probably have a really strong chance against Inzectors. It slows them down so much when they lose Dragonfly, like a lot. And if they don't get Hornet, they lose. If you don't get Hornet in Inzectors, you lose crazy hard. If you can somehow Chain Disappearance Hornet, that's probably game, unless they slow roll you and get Leviair, because you can't really knock over their monsters. You can knock over Dragonfly, but you can't knock over Centipede, and they have Limit Reverse called the Haunted. So they'll probably get Leviair eventually and then get Hornet back, and yada yada yada. Anyway, that's the side deck, the little small changes. I'll have a full deck list for you guys soon, but right now I'm still testing, so I don't want to put the deck list out there yet until I'm done fully testing the deck. But it's pretty good. I might have given up on Hoppers, on Watts a little too soon. I've done a lot of testing. I haven't been done too much testing because life is fucking stupid right now. So yeah, that's what's going on with Watts. I will let you know how things are going. Hopper, you kind of gotta run him now. He's like the only defense you have against Inzectors, like the only thing. Because basically you can't summon monsters until you get them. You have to have Hopper. It's even iffy setting Dragonfly because they'll pop it twice and then attack over it twice, and you can't even get Hopper out that way. So, I still run Fiendish Chains. I might go to 3 Fiendish Chains, I'm not sure. It's pretty cloggy. I still run the chainable stuff. Threatenings, yada yada, and then I have the Valors, which super help. You have to run Valors now. Every deck has to have Valors, Crows, or Maxis. You have to have them now. That's the format. Crow, Maxi, you have to have it. Another thing, if anyone wants to duel me on Dueling Network, I would really like to test this. My username is CloudJ7 on there. I have been dueling some people on there. And raping them with it. I get a lot of rage quits. It's really awesome. I have sick back row, man. I side into even more back row. There's no monsters in here except, hand traps, so I just side into more back row and annihilate so many people. But I guess the toughest matchup I have right now is the Inzectors because they're just bullshit. And agents are still pretty difficult because, man, they just have so many options in that deck. Just have super crazy options in that deck. Uh, Other than that, my team and I have we're still working on the channel. We've been pretty busy lately, all of us. We're getting the trade binder together. It's kind of a process, getting all the trades that we feel are valuable all into one big binder. I'm going to put it on for you guys to look at because we really need some stuff. And, we trade really fairly. We're going to have, the deck list and everything up really soon. We're all kind of changing our decks for the newer format. So we haven't had too much testing against things like windups and injectors. So that's why we haven't been posting too much on. That's why we haven't been too aggressive with the channel yet because we have to get ready for the new format. And then a month later, we're gonna have another format when the ban list comes out. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the ban list because they need to hit Hornet, Monsterborn, Mind Control, all that shit's got to go. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully that is what happens. Otherwise, it's I don't know what the hell is gonna happen. Anyway. Thanks for watching, and I'll have more I'll have more videos coming to you guys soon. If anyone has questions, comments, just let me know below. And thanks for watching.